Can't tell if this button looks too Miss America right now. Alright, so today for Foundation Friday, we have yet another new foundation launch. There's been so many lately. I've reviewed a bunch of the new launches the past like 5 or 6 weeks, so I'll leave those down below in the Foundation Friday playlist. This is the Milk Makeup Flex Foundation Stick. So this foundation retails for $36. You get 0.35 ounces of product since it is a stick foundation. It comes in 36 shades. I have the 4 lightest shades here that I'll be swatching for you. The description is about 2 seconds long, so it's just a medium coverage, natural finish foundation that covers, calms, and flexes without creasing or caking. It's also vegan, cruelty-free, and gluten-free, and it comes in recyclable packaging, which I thought was super cool. I think more brands should definitely start doing that. That's awesome. I feel like they need to put like a recycle me thing on the top or something though, so people don't forget about that. It has marshmallow root extract, which is supposed to help the formula move with your face and not crease or cake. And then it has some interesting calming, soothing ingredients like chamomile and lavender and blue lotus. So that's about it for this one. Medium coverage, not supposed to crease. I'm gonna insert swatches right here so we can see how the 4 lightest shades compare next to each other and next to some of my other foundations. Ooh, look at those shadows. Okay, so I'm filming this later on in the day, so the sun is like real in full force right now. But these first 4 swatches right here are all the 4 lightest shades of the Milk Makeup Stick Foundation. So here's Cream, Porcelain, and Snow. These are all in the very fair category. And then this one is Fair, which is the beginning of the fair category. Next over for comparison, we have Urban Decay Stay Naked in 20NN, which has been a really good shade match for me lately. Here's L'Oreal Fresh Wear in 410. And CYO Life Proof in 101. Really good shade match for me too. So if you're excited for Foundation Friday and you enjoy while you're watching, you can give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, I upload every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. Foundation Friday is every single Friday. Okay, so it is 8:13 a.m. and we're starting this. Don't ask me why I have like a springy peach background happening right now. I was just feeling it. Okay, so I think Milk Makeup is a little bit confused about their fair shades. This cream is listed as very fair. And the lightest, this would be way too dark for me looking at my neck. And this is just a heat rash, by the way. So I think I'm either going to be between Snow or Porcelain. Here's Snow. Looks like it might be a little bit too pink. And then Porcelain, I think might be the one I go in with. Looks like it's the right undertone. So let's try Porcelain first. I like the packaging of this. I don't think I've ever seen a stick foundation in white packaging, I don't think. So the Sigma F80 is my favorite kabuki brush to use with stick foundations because it's round, it's more dense, and it just blends them out really well usually. So I'm going to do that on half my face, and then we'll do my sponge on the other half. That actually might be too light. Okay, that looks way lighter on the face than it did in the stick. Okay, maybe these show up lighter. What is this one? This is Snow. Okay, Snow, I think actually might be my shade. It looks a little bit, maybe like half a shade darker and a different undertone. I'm definitely not Cream, that's for sure. But let me try Fair. It looks too dark, but maybe these should just show up lighter on the face. Yeah, I think that one would be too dark. I feel like there's a big shade jump here, like between this one and these two. So I think I would be kind of in between Snow and Fair. So I'm going to add a little bit more of Fair on this side just because I think those two are going to be too light. Let's just try this shade combo here. So it's supposed to be medium coverage. I feel like that concoction of a shade is a pretty close shade match, so I don't think there's like an exact shade match for me in this one. I'm like in between those 2 shades. I'm gonna build up with both. Just add like 3 more stripes there. Okay, with the brush, the finish is looking really pretty. So I did build that up and like use quite a bit, but I feel like I got actually a little bit better coverage than I was picturing. On that first layer, I would say it was medium coverage, but I do think you can build it up with a brush to about full coverage. I can still see some stuff coming through. It's not opaque full coverage, but it does have pretty good coverage if you build it up. Let's try just Snow on my forehead. Yeah, see, Snow's gonna be too light. It doesn't blend out the easiest. Like, it does have a little bit of a tug to it. Yeah, that looks too pink and light with just that shade. Doesn't blend out quite as easily as the Makeup Forever stick foundation, but it's not like difficult to blend out. It's looking pretty dry on my forehead. Definitely gonna hope that a sponge helps this one out. Let's try Just Fair and see what happens on this side. Oh shoot, totally forgot to use a sponge. Okay, well, I go over it with a sponge to build it up. Sorry guys, not quite awake yet. Yeah, on that one layer, it gets pretty decent coverage. Like if you use that amount of product, obviously it's going to depend on how much you put on, but I would say that's like high medium coverage. So a little bit better coverage than I was kind of picturing, which I like. I will try the sponge right here. Oh, that looks nice. Maybe I could just go in with that shade. It definitely looks a little bit off, like the undertone mostly, I think. My neck looks a little bit more yellowy. So I'm going to add a bit of snow in there for the second layer. And let's try just going over it with a sponge for this. Okay, that actually looks pretty nice. I think you could do a brush or sponge with the stick foundation. I'm going to go over this side just to smooth out texture a little bit. It's looking good. I don't love the way it's looking right here on my forehead. It does look like it's a little bit dry. I kind of have a couple zits healing right here, so I think there's some extra dryness, but you can definitely see like the texture and dryness happening on my forehead. But on the rest of my face, I like how it looks. No complaints. Doesn't seem to be settling in like around my mouth yet. It feels very lightweight, like super lightweight. I don't feel like I have 2 layers of foundation on. Still feels like just breathable in like my skin. I don't feel it when I'm talking or moving my face or anything. I would say if you have any like majorly textured spots on your skin or where you have some extra dryness, you might want to go over it with a sponge. You can lay it down with the brush, but then just smooth it out with a sponge. That does seem to help a bit. If I were to wear this again, I would think I would just have to mix these 2 shades. It feels like soft to the touch. It doesn't feel super sticky, but it does have like a little bit of tackiness. It didn't like dry down powdery. And it seems to be transferring a little bit when I touch my face. So I'm going to give it a couple minutes, see if it sets down, and then I'll probably just powder right here so I can blend stuff. I don't really want to touch my forehead since that's looking pretty dry as it is. I'm excited to see how this looks in natural lighting, but I'm going to do the rest of my makeup and then we'll be back. Okay, so it's now 8:47, but we're calling the check-in time 8:20. The rest of my makeup is on, clearly. And I did powder just right here. I didn't powder anywhere else, so I could blend stuff on top. And right now, it's looking nice everywhere except right here, like I said. But we'll see what it looks like in natural lighting. I do feel like my pores are a little bit emphasized, so I would probably wear like a pore-filling primer with this one or put some kind of like blurring powder around right there just to kind of fill in my pores a little bit. I like how it looks just for like a medium coverage, quick stick foundation. I think it's looking nice right now. Hopefully it holds up well. But for the makeup on the rest of my face, I used ColourPop Frisky Business. This is their peach blush. Super pretty. I keep trying to make this work and it just doesn't work for my skin tone, but this is their bronzer in that same collection. It's Perk Up and it's just way too orange. It just shows up like super orange on me. So then to kind of counteract that, I went in with the Nabla contour shade right here, the lightest one. For highlight, stuck with the theme of the day and went in with the Milk Makeup Flex highlight in the shade Lit. I've been really liking this, but it does have glitter in it, so just keep that in mind. For lips, I just put on a gloss. I didn't want to do any kind of lipstick today, but I just went with 10 Barefoot by Maybelline. Could add a little bit more. It's like a light pink shimmery kind of gloss. And then for eyes, I used this Laura Mercier shadow stick. This is in the shade Intense Moonlight. Just a really pretty like glittery taupey kind of shade. And for the crease, I just went in with some of the cool tone shades in this palette. This was in the Amazon bestsellers video and I've been trying it and my eyes are still on my face, so that's always good. But that's all the makeup. I'll probably be changing my hair in like 0.2 seconds because I feel like a pageant queen. Pageant queen? What are they called? Pageant people? Pageant person. Yeah, I feel like that. But let's go do a flash test and I'll see you guys in natural lighting. Okay, so I got my camera I got a new camera since I was having so many issues with this camera focusing and I can already tell it is so much more clear. So I'm excited. Apologies for any video filmed on this camera recently that has been blurry. I've just been having so many issues with the focusing and I finally just got a new one. So anyways, we're in natural lighting. Overall, I think it looks nice. Same thing that I noticed in the other lighting. It just looks a little bit textured on my forehead and around my pores. So it doesn't look bad on my forehead. It's just a little bit more emphasized than what I typically get with some foundations. And then I think my pores just look real emphasized. This one specifically says it's not supposed to cake or crease. I'm getting just my usual like in here, but I pretty much always get that. It's not creasing on my upper lip yet. I can just see it on my skin down here. Yeah, I definitely don't love how it looks around my pores. I need to do something about that. Wow, this focus is life-changing. Normally that would take me literally 30 seconds of tapping to get in focus. It just went. Love a good camera that works. So let's do a flash test. I think there is maybe a little bit of bounce back. It looks like it's a little bit lighter than my neck in the photo, but in real life it matches. Not bad, like you're not gonna get horrible flashback with this one, I don't think, but it does look slightly lighter. So I'm gonna go grab a breakfast sandwich because I'm freaking starving, and I'll see you guys in a few hours in the next check-in back in natural lighting. Okay, so now it is 1:40, so it's been on for 5 hours, which is wild. I feel like it's been like 2 hours, but time flies. So I still think it looks pretty good. It actually looks about the same, maybe like a little bit dewier. So if you had oily skin, we'll see by the end of the night how this one, you know, might look too dewy. But right now, I still like it. Nothing major is happening besides I'm getting like a little bit of rub off on my nose. I might have like rubbed it or something, but I do have a little bit coming off on my nose area. My forehead, I actually think looks a little bit better than before, just as it's like warming up to my skin. Still don't like how it looks around my pore area. I like it. I do like the shade too, like the combo of those. I do like the shade on my face right now. So far so good. We'll see how it looks at the end of the night. Okay, so it's now 6:46, so the foundation's been on for over 10 hours, and I haven't looked at my face at all since the last check-in. I've had like the weirdly most productive editing day I think I've ever had. Like I've gotten somehow, I'm on my 4th video right now. I think it's just because I've had a ton of caffeine. Don't know how that's happening. Looking at my face for the first time, so I definitely look like pretty dewy, borderline oily. I'm gonna zoom in. I don't know why I say I'm gonna zoom in every time. Just zoom in, Taylor. I definitely think the bottom half of my face hasn't worn the best. My nose has some redness around it. It looks like it's worn off my upper lip, and then my pore area again just looks not the best, and it looks like it has gotten kind of oilier right there. And it looks a little bit like cakey right there. You can just see it sitting on my skin. Looks like it's rubbed off my nose. And then here's my forehead. My forehead doesn't look like horrible. It just looks like a little bit dewy, but I don't actually mind how my forehead looks. It's just kind of here down where it doesn't look like it's worn very well. With that being said, if you have normal to dry skin, I think this one could work on you. I do think this is one of those foundations though that I'll have to find like the right primer, and I'll powder like around here. There's a few things that I would do differently with this one, but I feel like I can make it work. I overall don't mind how it looks. Do I think it's worth the 30 whatever dollars it is? I don't know. I feel like I need to play around with this one some more. I have foundations that do hold up much better and look better throughout the day, but I also feel like I can kind of try different products with this one to make it potentially look good. I don't know, because it's not horrible. It's like definitely better than some of the foundations I've reviewed the last few weeks. I feel like there's hope for this one, but I think it'll just depend on your skin type. Like if you have oily skin, probably not the right foundation for you. So that's where we are at with the Milk Makeup Stick Foundation. I am going to be having a foundation update video coming very soon, like in the next few weeks. There's just been so many launches that I kind of keep like pushing the update video, and I keep having more foundations to try to update you on. So that video will be coming, but I will update you on the Milk Makeup Stick Foundation once I've tried it a few more times in that video. But right now, on the fence. Let me know what you guys think of this one, and if you've tried it, let me know how it went down below. Let us know your skin type. But I hope you guys enjoyed this Foundation Friday. If you did, you can give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, I upload every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific time. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video.